Hello and welcome back to the video on the Wrestlers Debate and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. And of course it's the first Dynamite since All Out, and yeah, I mean AEW's just been a bit wild recently, hasn't it, with everything going on between CM Punk and the Elite. Everyone's been suspended, belts been vacated, so yeah, I'm just going to get straight into it, not speculating much more. I'll make another video about that soon. But anyway, Tony Khan addressed the situation. He said he'd been forced to vacate the World Championship and the Trios Championship in light of recent events. He now announced the new Trios Champion will be crowned later in the night, with Death Triangle taking on Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. Khan then claimed that the AEW World Champion is the single most prized title in the business, and that's tournament to crown a new champ at Grand Slam. Khan then promised a great night of wrestling, and AEW would carry the momentum in the next few weeks. That we certainly got. And yes, didn't mention them in the promo. I think it's pretty clear what's happened. And yeah, let's just get into the main card. And it started with MJF, who was back, and he came out to a thunderous ovation. He tried to get cheap heat by praising Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. He said some offensive stuff the last time fans called him. He claimed that he didn't mean it and he was just kidding. MJF then continued that he loved AEW and started an AEW chant. The Salt of the Earth then claimed he is nothing without fans. Freeman focused his attention towards the upcoming tournament to crown a new champion. He said that one guy deserves to be champion, but he's not going to work smart and not hard. MJF then brought out the fact that he's the winner of the Casino Ladder match All Out. Freeman has also mentioned that Tony Khan is paying him a lot of money. He continued by saying that he was the perfect man to lead AEW out of dark times. MJF then said that he's better than Moses. Moxley came out at that point. As soon as Moxley said that MJF is full of crap, the latter showed his true colours and started bashing the fans. He then brought up the purveyor of violence and he went to sleep at All Out and claimed that he would take the World Championship to another company with real wrestlers like Cody Rhodes. He then said that he gets work for Nick Khan and then quoted his personal hero, "The game's best from the business line." Moxley was fed up with MJF and made him run away from the ring. Moxley then said he was embarrassed after losing All Out and that he made mistakes on Sunday. However, he stated it was his time to become a legend. And yeah, this was just brilliant. Two of the best promos in the game. It's so good to see MJF back. Another brilliant promo, continuing with those WWE links. And Moxley as well, just brilliant. Yeah, gives his character arc, maybe some revenge angle with the upcoming tournament. Then it was Death Triangle versus Orange Cassidy and Best Friends for the Trios title. Cassidy and Pac starts the match for their respective teams. Pac tagged in and after a brief sportsmanship from the two stars, he got the advantage by spinning on Cassidy. Pac then went for a backbreaker, but Cassidy countered with a Hurricane Rana. Pac tagged in and dominated Cassidy. He then hit Danhausen on the outside, but Cassidy hit him with a suicide dive and followed that with a crossfeed already drop. Cassidy then hit the Stun Dog Millionaire on Pac. Towards the end of the match, Death Triangle members triple super kicked and followed that with Canadian destroys. Penta took out Orange Cassidy and Trent before Pac hit the Black Arrow on Chuck to pick up the victory. And Death Triangle are your new Trios champion. Pac as well with the All-Atlantic Championships. And yeah, I mean, like, kind of a bit hastily put together. Maybe we'd like to see a tournament for it, but just focusing on the match itself, yeah, gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Just a brilliant match. Wasn't sure which way it's going to go. I thought Death Triangle would probably have it, but yeah, I wasn't 100% sure. And yeah, I mean, like, the match just proved 6 of the best Trios wrestlers there. So happy Death Triangle got the belt. And yeah, it finally seems like they're getting a bigger push now. Yeah, so just so happy with this result. And yeah, it's just a brilliant match. So yeah, on the whole, 8 out of 10 from me. It was then time for Toni Storm versus Penelope Ford. Ford had the match started with a headlock, but Toni Storm hit shoulder block on her opponent. She then hit a drop kick and followed it up with a baseball slide knee into Ford's face. Ford got the advantage by reversing Storm into steel steps outside the ring. She then hit a drop kick to the back and a suplex for a 2 count. Towards the end of the match, Toni hit a big boot and followed it up with an uppercut. She then hit a running hip attack on Penelope Ford and followed it up with a DDT to pick up the victory. And Jack, that's a 6 out of 10 from me. I mean, like, did his job really, put Toni Storm over as a champion. Penelope Ford didn't look terrible in defeat, so yeah, it's fine enough, 6 out of 10. The Acclaim then came out to a loud pop, and Swerve Strickland followed them soon after. Strickland asked if anyone wanted to hear the Acclaim's jokes, and got a resounding yes from the crowd, fair enough. He then claimed that this is only a joke about Anthony Bennett and Max Caster winning the World Tag Team Championship. Billy Gunn said that he's not Strickland's house anymore, but Daddy asked his house. Dynamite then ended the segment by saying that they will claim the tag titles in 2 weeks' time in Grand Slam. And you know, another rematch. I'm not opposed to it. The match at All Out was decent. It did a nice job of setting up. Still, they claimed good fun, so yeah, no issues with it. It was then Wardlow v Team Nita for the TNT title. Wardlow hit a headbutt and followed up with 3 powerbombs in quick succession to pick up the victory. Post-match, Wardlow wants to power Mark Sterling, but Josh would salute him. He then cut a promo about reminding everyone that this is Wardlow's world. And yeah, I guess all this was just a squash match before we head into maybe another programme for Wardload, you'd assume. So, it did its job here, 6 out of 10, bit of a shame for Tony Nese. But then it was time for Brian Danielson versus Hangman Paige on Dynamite. I was not expecting this match. Both men squared off in the middle of the ring to start things off. After back and forth started, Danielson and Hangman, the latter hit a springboard clothesline and knocked the former off the apron. Danielson then sent his opponent shoulder first into the corner to take advantage. After both men hit shots, Paige hit a fall-away slam and followed up with a crossbody on the outside. He then hit a Death Valley driver to get a 2 count before Danielson came back with a couple of drop kicks and followed up with a Hurricane Rana. Danielson then hit multiple kicks on Paige, but he left to hit a follow-away slam from the top rope for another 2 count. The two men then exchanged chops and Paige sitting over to sit down powerbomb. Towards the end of the match, Hangman hit a powerbomb and Danielson attempted the moonsault from the middle rope. However, Danielson rolled him up to get the victory. And yeah, this was a really good match. Part of this tournament, I suppose. Danielson advances, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. I would have loved to see both of these wrestlers progress a bit further in the tournament. But in terms of match stuff, I get it's 8 out of 10. Shouldn't have to end like a roll-up. But it was a bang on a match like you expect with these two. And yeah, did its job. But yeah, like I say, just a shame it had to end with a roll-up. But on the whole, 8 out of 10, solid job. And yeah, looking forward to seeing Danielson advance. It was then main event time with Daniel Garcia taking on Willie Yuta for the RH Pure title. Both men squared off in the middle to start things off. Garcia took out Yuta with a shoulder tackle before Yuta twisted Garcia's ankle. Yuta then hit an Itsukeri on Garcia, and then both stars then exchanged schedule of heavy chops. Willie Yuta got a 2 count after hitting a clothesline. Yuta then hit 3 German suplexes before Garcia got 3 of his own. Garcia then hit a German off the middle rope to take advantage. Towards the end of the match, Garcia locked in the Dragon Tamer, but Yuta reached the bottom rope. But Garcia looked at him once again, and this time Yuta had no choice but to tap out. Post-match, Danielson came out, and both Willie Yuta and Garcia observed the code of honour. Danielson unwrapped the title belt around Garcia's waist. He celebrated as the show went off the air, and it looks like Garcia is going to be joining BCC. And yeah, no issue with it at all. No doubt he's a wrestler after that showing. Yeah, just really, really impressive. Garcia taking the title. Looking forward to seeing what he can do with it because he's been great recently. And yeah, the introduction into BCC kind of paying that story off. So yeah, this was brilliant on the whole. 7 out of 10. Overall, AEW Dynamite this week gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Yeah, brilliant episode of Dynamite this week. I think they proved all of the doubters wrong. They could do it without all the main wrestlers who have been suspended now, of course. Because yeah, this was just an absolute banner show. Brilliant matches throughout, and yeah, so happy with this show. AEW needs to deliver it more. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. No thoughts, comments down below. If you want to, links to me for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out. Ta.